Hi, Steve LaValle here with our another segment of our totally interesting podcast here at our Total Mortgage Studio in South Portland. And sometimes it's me, sometimes it's my associate Steve LaChance. Today it's just going to be me and our guest Todd Kiefer. I've been in the mortgage business a long time, and one of the things that's really been enjoyable about it is meeting interesting people from around the country, but right now basically around Maine. And Todd and I, this is Todd Kiefer, and Todd and I met. We did a transaction or refinance of your ski home. We had to restructure some things, and awesome place. But then Todd tracked me down and said, "Hey, do you know that I've started a new business?" Todd, thanks for coming in.
Steve, thank you very much for having me.
Yep.
Thank you for your help with everything.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate
Yeah.
that. We certainly needed Steve's expertise, and you were very helpful.
It
so
worked
thank you.
well, yeah, and some restructuring. So I guess what fascinates me, because I've never done it, but how or why did you decide to open up a business?
So I came from a family of entrepreneurs. My father had started a business in 1978.
Oh.
It was mostly in southern Maine. We had branches in Bangor. We had branches in New York.
Oh,
For
wow.
a time, we even had some locations down in North Carolina. And we had really grown the business. After college, I joined them,
Okay.
worked for them for about 14 years.
So a family business type thing.
Family business. I'm the youngest of five in my family.
Oh, wow, I
My
didn't
two
know.
older brothers joined us in the business,
Okay.
and then my two sisters were smart and moved away, and really enjoyed all aspects of the business.
Yep.
So my father was smart enough to have us start at the bottom
Nice.
and work our way up. You know, did we have a few benefits of having the last name? Of course.
Yeah.
But we started on the Fuel Island, which
Nice.
was fueling Hannaford trucks and customers
So
coming
it's
up.
transportation. I mean, we won't go into it
Yep.
necessarily, but
Truck leasing,
Okay.
transportation.
Great.
And so it was just an opportunity to really see the business from the ground up.
yeah.
And I always knew that I wanted to really be able to have my own business of some sorts.
Yeah.
You know, I loved working in the family business. I somewhat enjoyed the logistics business.
Yeah.
And when I had the opportunity to do something on my own, I knew I wanted to do something that I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of what led us to this point.
So yeah, that's awesome, and it's cool to be a family business. Now you're out on your own. I think your wife's helping clearly.
Yeah.
But we'll go into it. It's called Btone Fitness,
Correct.
right? On Commercial Street in Portland. And I happen to drive, interesting enough, I happen to drive by, and my wife's has been in the fitness industry for a long time. She isn't right now, but she worked for the YMCA and some private clubs. So I'm active, not quite as fit as I should be, but how did you choose fitness? So you knew you wanted to go into business, and how did you come into Btone Fitness?
Well, I wasn't looking necessarily for fitness. I
Okay.
was looking for something that I could feel good about from myself, from my perspective, for the customers. So I wanted to feel good about the product we were offering, but also I really wanted to feel good about the employees coming into work.
Cool.
And I stumbled upon Btone. My wife, after the birth of our second child, was looking for some type of workout to get back in shape. Stumbled upon a Btone in Andover, Mass. With a friend, said, geez, this is really great, but there's nothing around here.
Yeah.
The light bulb went off. I contacted Btone, and they responded very promptly. I was not prepared. Had never taken a class and knew very little about this whole world,
Yeah.
other than being a group fitness participant for years.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed being a customer. So
Yeah.
I knew that I could feel good about the product.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had to try it out,
Yeah.
which was probably, if not one of the most scary parts of this whole journey was traveling to Andover, Mass, about an hour and a half drive,
Yeah.
thinking about this, walking into a studio, seeing, in my mind, 11 sets of very judgy eyes as I walk into this full studio.
Yeah.
And all I could think was, if they knew who I was and what I was trying to do, I'm going to make a fool of myself.
Yeah.
And I sort of did make a fool of myself, but they didn't know who I was, and they didn't ask any questions, and they were incredibly helpful.
Nice.
And I was sold on the phone talking to the owner, but I really had to try it myself.
Yep.
And after walking out of there, I said, this is a great workout. You know, it's my first time. I feel great. I feel better than I did when I walked in.
Okay.
And I really kind of caught the bug and started taking classes and had to go down and take training to be an instructor. And
so
really,
is it, I want to go into a little bit about what it is, because I kind of get it, but I don't. But it's not a national company right now, but it's regional and headquartered in Massachusetts. Or a franchise. Is this a franchise?
It is a franchise.
Okay.
So Btone Fitness was started in Boston
Okay.
by a woman named Jody Merrill.
All right.
She started it coming from California.
Right.
And was able to grow to a few locations and really has expanded from within. So most of their owners are former customers.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I think there's over 20. I don't want to know the exact number.
Yep.
I think it's probably 29 locations.
Wow. Studios.
Yeah, and the
Btone
majority
studios,
of them
yeah.
are in Boston area.
Okay.
And they've started to expand farther, and I almost think that I was a bit of a guinea pig for them.
Yeah.
With no experience, I was close enough to them where I think if it went off the tracks, they could come fix it.
Yeah.
But also far enough away where they said, if he can do it, then we can do this in Orlando, Florida, Raleigh, North
cool.
Carolina.
Okay.
I think those are the two latest that have been announced.
So you're the first one in Maine.
First one in Maine.
And northernmost. All right. So you and I talked a little bit about what is it? What kind of exercise is it? And the reason I got super interested when I happened to drive by it. It's on Commercial Street, the studio, with some nice window advertising. And it's like, wow, what a great location. It's in the...
It's in the Hobson's Landing building.
Hobson's Landing building, right.
It's if you're from Portland, it's the former Rufus Deering location.
Yep.
And it's reformer-based fitness.
Okay.
Is the term. It is not Pilates, but it is based on the Pilates movements.
Okay.
And it really focuses on slow movements and time under tension. So you're
under tension.
in the leg movements for 2 minutes, the core movements for a minute, the upper body for a minute. And the focus is really just, keeping that time under tension, whether it's tension from the machine, gravity from your own body weight, or a combination of both.
So it's I know like Tom Brady was big into bands and stuff like that. So you have machines and then body weight and friction, or...
In certain ones, yes. In certain movements, it is, like I said, it's based on the Pilates movement. So like in a general lunge, when you're on the floor, you're using body weight as you're going down and up. Or if you have free weights, you're obviously using both. What this does is you're on a sliding machine. So you're also stabilizing yourself as you're using the springs on that carriage.
All right.
So you're pushing out. You have the gravity, you have the tension of the machine, and then also because you're off balance, you're stabilizing yourself. So you're kind of working your full body. Even though it's a leg movement, you're still working your core. Even though you're working your core, you're still moving.
You hold, when you said 2 minutes, I'm holding something for 2 minutes?
Each movement is about 2 minutes.
Wow.
We do sets of pulses. You can add some free weights. You can really expand on it. It is designed to be a workout for everybody.
Okay.
And so what we really try to do is, the machine is called Tony. That's what we call it.
Okay.
And it is big and stable, and it allows for all bodies to use it. And it also allows you to really kind of attack the movement because you feel stable. And then you can always add on to that. So like I said, we always try to make sure that all sizes can use it and all levels.
So it's a core training, or am I going to get big biceps, or?
It's full body.
Okay.
It is definitely more of a toning
type
of movement rather than a muscle growth. So you can lose weight. You can obviously gain muscle mass and gain strength. Part of the core of Btone, though, is not necessarily what happens on the outside. It's more of an intrinsic improvement. So we're not doing weight loss. We're doing, improvement of your balance, improvement of your overall confidence, getting stronger and feeling good about yourself.
My daughter, who lives in Columbus, Ohio, does something very similar. And I've definitely seen her body get firmer, but she loves it, and I don't want to say addicted to it, but she really enjoys this type of workout. How big are the classes that you do, and can any? Yeah.
Sure. So each class we have 12 machines.
Okay.
As we're ramping up, because a lot of our customer base is new and because our instructors are new, we've capped it at 10 to give more attention on each customer, but also to leave a machine open to do some demos.
Nice.
So as you get better at this, you start to learn the movements so that you get into it a little faster. So it's a 45-minute class.
Okay, I was going to...
And if you get into each movement, if it takes you 15, 20 seconds to get into that movement, that's 15, 20 seconds you're not doing the exercise.
Okay.
But as you get better, now all of a sudden, instead of 30 minutes in a movement, you're now up to 35, maybe up to 40. And then you start to feel more of a challenge.
Yeah. And so there are instructors kind of guiding us through this 45-minute class.
Correct.
Cool. Oh, that sounds awesome. How does someone get involved, or how do I sign up, or do I just walk in, or do I have to make an appointment, or is it a monthly membership or annual membership?
So the best thing to do is obviously go onto our website,
okay.
www.btonefitness.com.
Btonefitness.com.
We have an Instagram. It is btonefitness_Portland, because someone already has Btone Fitness Portland. I don't know how. I don't know why. If you're listening, maybe give me a call.
Yeah.
But check out the website, check out the Instagram, and then you can sign up. We have an intro special right now.
Okay.
It's 2 weeks, $49 unlimited classes.
Ooh.
So for 2 weeks, you take as many classes as you can. We certainly recommend taking more than one, because the first class can be a little bit challenging.
You're learning how to do it right?
I've noticed that you're trying to survive. And
my wife took my classes. That was her word exactly.
Well, and someone had asked me, they said, how was your first class? And I said, I think it was good. They said, what was the name of the instructor? I don't know. Well, what did they look like? I don't remember. Well, what were the moves? Don't remember. I knew I liked it. And then the second time I started hearing familiarity and saying, okay, I know this one. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing. But yeah, you become a little bit more familiar.
Yeah. You go from surviving to making everything a little bit better. So far, when did you open, and how's it going so far?
So we had a soft opening in August, and what that means is that we had all new instructors. So in terms of them training, we had to offer classes and get some practice. So we had free classes for about a month. Our grand opening was September.
Nice.
So we have been open, by my count, almost 2 months.
Wow. Okay, brand new. Great.
Yep, we've just opened. It has been, I had said earlier that we wanted to feel good about the product. We wanted to feel good about the employment. So we've been a great success in that regard.
Yeah.
We are trying to get the word out and trying to grow manageably. We didn't necessarily have expectations to be fully, full classes every day, 8 classes a day. We're offering about 4 to 5 classes a day.
Okay.
I think we're almost up to 30. Our goal is to be up to 40.
Okay.
So like 6 classes weekday, 4 on the weekends.
Wow.
And that would be our ultimate goal. We'd love to exceed that.
Yeah.
But hopefully, by the new year, we're hoping
I just see it, Todd, as, your location. There's a lot of the corporate people, a lot of the business people can come either, before work, even lunchtime. You were saying to me that, there's not a ton of sweating going on, so I could do it at lunch hour and then walk back to my office or whatever.
So we're located in the Old Port.
Yeah.
And I may have overthought this, but I was in the logistics world. And when I took a look at, the exits, the highways, where you get on, where you get into Portland, most of the facilities are off 295.
Yep.
And with good reason. There's more space and you can get there from north and south.
Yep.
And I wanted to be different. And I wanted to be closer to the Old Port. I didn't want to be in the Old Port because it's always challenging to find parking.
Yep.
So we are just at the bridge, or the base of the bridge.
Yeah,
so you get off the bridge, but you have to make a hard right, come down to Commercial. So we're just far enough off the beaten path where I think we're missing some of that walking traffic. So we do want to try to promote that we are there.
Okay.
However, if you've ever been on that side of Commercial Street before 9 a.m., there's free parking and there's very little cars.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And that was part of the, part of my thinking is I wanted to be accessible to South Portland, Cape Elizabeth, and Scarborough via 295 Veterans Bridge, and be kind of the only one over there.
That's good. I think it's smart. I like the location a lot, but I do live in Cape Elizabeth. So, perfect world. What's the future? Do you or haven't you thought that far? Maybe it's like, hey, Steve, just let me get through this year. But I mean, is it the type of program or product where you could put 2 or 3 in Maine or New Hampshire or?
So someone already has New Hampshire.
Okay.
And that was actually one of the first questions I had when I spoke to them. The initial conversation was I'm very familiar with, the markets in Maine, as well as Manchester and Concord from the previous business. And someone already has that territory.
Okay.
So we do have Southern Maine, and we are looking at expanding. As of right now, I would be happy with the one.
Yep.
We're certainly looking at maybe another one in southern Maine.
Okay.
And possibly beyond. But
Right. Yeah.
as of right now, honestly, we're happy with the
I
one.
didn't realize. Yeah, you are still new and getting this. So how can we help? What can Total Mortgage or Steve Valley or whatever do for you?
Well, first off, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
anyone that we can reach, we're really just trying to get the word out, trying to get people to try it.
Yeah.
And it's relatively new to the marketplace here in Maine.
Yep.
It's in most major
And it's called
cities.
what again? How did
Btone Fitness?
No, a Btone Fitness, and it's
Reformer Fitness.
Yeah, Reformer Fitness.
Pilates adjacent, Pilates remix.
All
There's a
right.
bunch of different names.
All right.
It's essentially a Pilates-based workout, but at the same time, it's a little bit more strength training. Where
Okay.
Pilates is a little bit different.
All right, good.
And yeah, we're just trying to get the word out. Visit us on the Instagram page. I will answer any direct messages. You visit us on the website. You can take a look, sign up for classes. And yeah, we're just
Well, I'm definitely going to do the 2-week trial thing.
Absolutely.
And appreciate you coming in.
No, I
Sounds
appreciate you
great.
having me.
And I just love entrepreneurs and folks that are willing to risk things and be creative. And so I wish you good luck and awesome.
Thank you.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate
All
your
right,
time.
see ya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.